one. I'm gonna do that. Like I said, it's kind of dumb because it's only 1 day away. It is Friday. The fight tomorrow night, UFC 156, Aldo versus Edgar, being billed as a super fight, which is insane to me. I think the only super fight that we know of thus far is George St. Pierre and Nick Diaz. That can be billed as a super fight. I mean, we've all been wanting to see that fight forever. That was supposed to happen 2-3 times, and I mean, we just keep getting fucking dicked out of it. People say blame Diaz, blame the commission, blame this person, blame that person. I don't blame anybody. I just think it was it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't meant to happen at that point in time. We were all victims of circumstance. That's the way it was. We're all going to get to see it. I think it's March 16th, and it's going to be epic. So, yeah, War Diaz. Anyway, let's hop right the fuck into this because let's make this video quick because this fight's about to happen, and I'm doing a breakdown and prediction video roughly 24 hours before the damn thing starts. What I'm expecting to make wads of cash off of this video and epic amounts of views, by the way. Okay, Joe Benavidez is facing Ian McCall, and that's in the flyweight division. They just recently started. That's 125 pounds and under. 125 pounds, in case you do not know, is about as much as as much chocolate milk I drink throughout the day. I mean, these guys are so small, but the advantage that they have of being so small is they're so goddamn fast. They're so fast. They operate at lightning speed. Their cardio is just I mean, you just don't have that kind of cardio. Toting around 265 pounds of muscle like, say, Alistair Overeem, Brock Lesnar, who else is fucking big? Bigfoot Silva, those types of cats. You're not gonna get it. Anyway, Benavidez coming out of Team Alpha Male, Uncle Creepy. I like him. I like Ian McCall. He's a good guy. He got into trouble with the law not too pretty recently, actually. You can actually look that up anytime you want to. I may or may not put a link. I'm not sure whether or not I like you guys enough to do that for you yet. Yes, of course, I'll put a link. I always put links. Okay, Benavidez, Ian McCall, awesome flyweight bout. Styles make fights, and here's the thing: is that it's almost impossible to get a feel on who's really going to take this fight because I mean, flyweights, the name really fits. They really just buzz around the octagon, and they look so tiny compared to, like, say there's like a welterweight bout prior to a flyweight bout. It looks, I'm sorry, forgive me, it looks hilarious. It looks funny. That's why I appreciated the WEC. It was my favorite organization. They had a scaled down blue cage, and that's because they had mainly, for a while I think they had only had lighter weight fighters. Scaled down blue cage. It was just to me a better organization. I don't like to watch 135 pounders, 125. I don't mind featherweight. Featherweight's good, and we're gonna get into featherweight later. My pick for that fight is going to be Uncle Creepy Ian McCall by unanimous decision. Seems like Team Alpha Male has turned into Team Alpha Fail. It just doesn't seem like they have it anymore. They do have the guillotine, there's no doubt about it. They do have the drive, the wrestling, and the will to win. They just don't have the well-roundedness that's needed in MMA today. John Fitch, Damian Maia will come up next. Former middleweight Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prospect Damian Maia started striking with Vanderlei Silva. All of a sudden, it looks like his MMA game went out the window. What happened was he fought a guy named Nate Marquardt a while back, and about 10 seconds into the fight, I think he tried like a flying knee or something. I don't know why he did that. And Nate Marquardt literally threw an overhand right and swatted Damian Maia out of midair, connected to his jaw, and spun him around 180, and Maia landed face first on the canvas. After that, he tried to encompass BJJ and Muay Thai, and it wasn't, the standard Muay Thai. It was the Wandy, what's it called? Help me out here, guys. Shooter Box. Yeah, Shooter Box Academy type of Muay Thai strategy, and it doesn't seem like it's working out for Maia. Maia's his premier game is Jiu-Jitsu. I think he has the best Jiu-Jitsu in mixed martial arts. Yes, Shinrioka fans, I said it. I think Maia has the best jiu-jitsu in MMA. So, I mean, once looked at as a prospect, his jiu-jitsu technique has been hindered. John's boring. John Fitch is boring. He's a lay and pray fighter, and he's going to stall out, of course, the unanimous poop decision, and it's going to be very boring. And I'll probably skip that fight to take a dump and eat combos. It sounds good. It sounds better than watching John Fitch hump a dude for 15 minutes. Anyway, right. Alistair Overeem goes toe-to-toe with Antonio Bigfoot Silva. This fight is incredible, especially for the heavyweight division. I haven't seen a good heavyweight fight in a long time. I'm lying right now. I just seen a few heavyweight bouts, but he destroyed Travis Brown, then got destroyed against Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez, of course, going on to defeat his, win his grudge match, rather, with Junior Dos Santos, slapping him fucking silly. The question to me is, and why I can't convey it to you people, is beyond me. Why didn't Cain finish a half-dead Junior Dos Santos when there were submissions out the ass, his neck's hanging out? At one point, he was riding him like a pony. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe he just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a fluke. He just really wanted to embarrass him, show how badly he can beat him down on the feet. But wait till the 5th round. Wait till you hear the sticks clack. There's 10 seconds left in the 5th round, and just fucking take the hammer to him or something. Get a good, highlight reel epic KO, and he didn't. He just played it safe, and a dizzy, fucked up, really screwy Junior Dos Santos is crawling around basically. Listen, he was back in the locker room. Dos Santos was not in the cage. He was in the locker room. Cain put him on Queer Street right away. So moving along, let's talk about Overeem and Silva. Silva, 3-1 underdog, but let's talk about this. He's got devastating takedowns, even more devastating ground and pound, and to boot, he's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Okay, so let's just go from here. It seems like he has a much more well-rounded game than Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem, of course, a former K1 Grand Prix champion, probably the most elite level striker you're going to get, not only in a heavyweight division, but in mixed martial arts, period. So, I mean, anything can happen. Also, he's probably the biggest motherfucker ever. So what I'm going to do is, my pick is going to be, as bad as I want to say Bigfoot Silva, I'm gonna go with Overeem. And this fight also does have heavyweight title implications. Whoever wins this fight will have the next crack at Cain Velasquez for the heavyweight strap. Moving along, Rashad Evans versus Lil Nog. Why he took this fight? Now this is really interesting to me. This whole card is interesting. I think this card is epic. That's why I'm doing this video 18 hours before the damn fight starts. I mean, this video doesn't suck. I'm going to make sure it doesn't suck completely, or too bad anyway. And people are going to just think I just put out this terrible video. But anyway, Rashad Evans, it seems like a lose-lose situation for him. I mean, he's not really a big name. He is 20-5. This is true. That's probably the best thing about him is his record's 20-5, and he owns a win over Dan Henderson. He is a Pride veteran, but everyone knows there were some freak shows put on in Pride. Maybe some fixed fights, some freak. I mean, just weird shit, went on in Pride. The Japanese, JMMA is completely different than we have in America. Their entertainment is completely different. Their culture is different. That's why they're Japanese and we're American. And once again, I'm skewing off topic, so I'll apologize one more time, and I won't do it again. So yeah, let's go. Alistair Overeem, seriously, he's a mega elite striker, and anything can happen at any time. I mean, we all. I'll just say this, Brock Lesnar, R.I.P. I don't know where you are today, but I know your ribs still fucking hurt. So I'm gonna have to go Overeem by TKO, and I'm gonna call TKO round 2. I like that. I like TKO round 2. Referee stoppage, something like that. And of course, the main event: Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar came out of the gate just a very slight underdog. Now he's a full-blown 2-1 underdog, maybe a little bit more. He should fit like a glove at 145, but let's see. Jose Aldo's been dropping to 45 for quite some time now, but I seem to remember him one time when they had like all the champions. They had the heavyweight champion, the light heavyweight champion, 205, 185, 170, 155, 145, 135. There was not a flyweight class yet, and they all had suits and ties on. They all stood up, before an event with their belts. Every champion of the UFC, and Aldo complained of being dizzy from dehydration, having to cut weight. So it looked to me like he was having some trouble cutting down to 45. Also, what troubles me is his speed. Aldo's speed is second to none. The knees come flying out of fucking nowhere. The double flying knee KO in what 2-3 seconds of Cub Swanson in the WEC. Come on, who does that? No one. It's insane. This guy's insane. I do think there was a premature stoppage in Brazil when he ran up the stands and into the crowd against Chad Mendes. I think Chad Mendes was trying to recover. I think Chad Mendes could have got back up, and even if he didn't, it was the end of the round. He definitely could have got back on the stool, got his wits about him within 60 seconds, and came back out and tried to go for a shot, and he was undefeated at this time. So Chad Mendes certainly deserved the title shot. It was in Brazil. I mean, the move that Aldo used to land that knee on Mendes, I didn't know. I didn't know that he actually did that. I thought he just spun. What he did was grab the wrist and kind of like hit a switch standing and land a knee flush. The knees are vicious. The knees, Frankie certainly got to watch out for. The whole Muay Thai thing, Frankie certainly got to watch out for. He said during the countdown show that his Muay Thai is quote unquote coming along. It has to do way better than that if you expect to beat Jose Aldo. Your Muay Thai can't be coming along. You have to have Muay Thai. You have to have great Muay Thai. If not, you better have some goddamn fucking good boxing, some superior Chael Sonnen, Randy Couture, Josh Koscheck, Matt Hughes style wrestling, and some serious Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Yes, I'm a Gracie blue belt. I'm going to represent Gracie to the day I die. So, anyway, no more talk about that. No more talk about my ranking. I mean, actually, funny story is I was watching a Gracie breakdown the other day, and people have accused me in the past of lying about being a blue belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and what Ryan Gracie said while he was breaking down the fight was, white belts and blue belts, you might not understand what we're talking about, but I apologize to the purple, brown, and black belts out there, for wasting your time. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, it's only up one rank, and not that big a deal, guys. Anyone could do it. You just basically just show up and do the stuff that they teach you, and then the color of your belt will change. Anyway, Aldo Edgar. The speed concerns me. The Muay Thai concerns me. Frankie cutting down for the first time ever in his career to 145. This is definitely where he belongs. Now, I've been calling for this fight for a long time. I'm not an Edgar fan. For one, I just think he stalled out the lightweight division for far too long. Calling for, I need a rematch. I think I won. Put me in, GOAT. Put me in, GOAT. Everybody thinks they won. Everybody thinks they won. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to be that guy. But, unfortunately, tonight you're that guy. Frankie Edgar, with me, caught a lucky break because I do believe that he did beat Ben Henderson last time out in the rematch. Certainly someone was watching a different fight than all the rest of us, because he outpointed Ben. There's no doubt about it that he beat Ben Henderson. He should have got his strap back, but everything happens for a reason. He's dropped down to 45. We're going to have again what's being built as a Superfight. Aldo and Edgar. Will Edgar's power transfer? Like, we've seen him put Gray Maynard to sleep, with an overhand, and take shots from Gray Maynard that, most humans could not take, and get back up for days, let alone, a few seconds later. His recovery time second to none. His cardio second to none. His boxing is just, incredible. He seems to be, stuck in that size. He is a small guy. He's always the smallest guy in there, but he's a vicious Wolverine when it comes to mixed martial arts. He has he has something that you can't teach. So, Jose Aldo does not have. I do not believe that Jose Aldo has the heart, the determination, the belief in himself, the excellent wrestling. Maybe wrestling in reverse, but not the excellent wrestling. As well as boxing. And certainly it hasn't really been tested yet. Maybe somewhat in the Mark Hominick fight, but a granite chin like Frankie Edgar. So, Frankie Edgar does have, he's got a good shot here, and what am I gonna say, man? My pick, I'm gonna go with the answer, Frankie Edgar, and I'm gonna go with that 5-round decision. That's got to go 5-round decision, and I think, yep, he's going to pull off the upset. Fun fact, Jose Aldo does hold the current record for most significant strikes thrown in lightweight history with 46%. So, He's a record holder, folks. Literally, that's the true fact. So 46%, so half of his significant strikes, which are strikes that, they're not just arm punches or like little baby leg kicks. Significant strikes are strikes that land, and they land, pretty well and good, and half of them meet the target, so he's pretty goddamn accurate, Frankie Edgar tends to throw haymakers. Basically looks like he's throwing just a big hissy fit out there, but he knows what he's doing. He can hang with pretty much anybody. I mean, he can hold his own. We've seen him do it before. Heart of a lion, determination, belief in yourself. That's what I'm all about. That's what Frankie Edgar's all about. Maybe he'll make a fan of me, maybe he won't. Either way, he's got my respect just for even walking those 4 steps, letting them shut the cage door, and fighting Jose Aldo at 145. Just that alone wins my respect from anyone. Best of luck to Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar, and to you. If you don't watch the fight on Saturday, stay tuned briefly after the post-fight press conference for my UFC 156 post-fight blog, and I will break down every fight as best as I possibly can. And until then, I'll catch you on the flip side.